Leicester City 0, Newcastle United 3. But my God, was that a hard watch, especially in the second half. I don't know what happened. I don't know what we were trying to do. But it was blisteringly poor in that second half. We had the perfect start. We expected to go hard at Leicester tonight. Of course, we did in the first couple of minutes. Beautiful ball in from Livramento. Jacob Murphy has a tap in. A second goal, which really, belonged all to Fabian Schär. Stepped up, won the ball. First time attempt to chip the keeper. Did everything right. The right amount of pace, etc. And it hits the bottom of the bar. And instead of bouncing in, it comes out. And to be fair to Jacob Murphy, he didn't give up. The Leicester defenders just stopped and watched. They were just in awe of what Fabian Schär did. Stopped and watched. And that just said to me why Leicester City are where they are. Because they completely just stopped the game. And, of course, Murphy didn't. Gets the rebound. Nearly made a pickle of it, if we're fair. You know, if that had bounced up off his knee and gone out. But it didn't. He held his nerve and it was 2-0. And you know what? By then, we're thinking, right, 10 minutes gone, we're 2-0 up. This could be an absolute cricket score. If we really play to what we know we can play and go at these and really make a statement, this is a walk in the park. It didn't work out like that. We were very, very sloppy in possession tonight. And I don't know why. Leicester City weren't anything great. They weren't a fantastic football side. And if we played to anywhere near like we know we can, this could have been an exceptional score. We get a third goal. Isak's shot is blocked. Joe Linton picks it up. Good save from the goalkeeper, but comes straight to Harvey Barnes, and he taps it in for 3-0. A lot of people questioning, certainly on our Matchday Live show, saying, he's a Newcastle player now, he should be celebrating. Listen, he did a great job at Leicester City, and he still obviously has respect for that football club. He won the FA Cup with them. He had a great time with them. And nurtured him. They brought him on even to what he is now. So, I don't mind that showing of respect like that. I really don't. If he'd left in awful circumstances and demanded transfers here and there, then fair enough. It might have been a different story. But he's clearly still got respect for the football club. So I don't mind that. The fact is, I'm more bothered about the fact we went 3-0 up and we're cruising. Half-time comes along, and I expected us really to whoop the gears because we didn't really get out of first gear, did we? At all. And it's like we thought, right, we'll even stick it in reverse for the second half because our passing and it was just off. And I said during the commentary that I thought, we went down to Leicester's level, and we got mixed up in that atrocious, rotten football that we've seen from Leicester City most of the season, and that's why they're there, in going down. We just couldn't seem to pick ourselves out of the mud and get going and get a few more goals, which, to be fair, would have been very handy for our goal difference. I know, look, let's be honest here, and we've said this a million times. It is about the bigger picture. It is about finishing in the Champions League positions. And if you look at the bigger picture, don't look at the game tonight. You look at the bigger picture of what that win has done. It's put us above Manchester City by a point. We're level on points with Chelsea. We're 4 points away from Nottingham Forest, and we have a game in hand. We have put ourselves in a fantastic position. So at this stage of the season, let's just get the games won. Let's get the points on the board. They are by far more important than the performance. And I think that's what we need to look at, because it's easy for us to sit here and go, we were absolutely dog shit, especially in the second half. We really, it was a terrible second half. But the game finishes, we've got the 3 points, and we move on to Manchester United now on Sunday. Because I know, and I think a lot of Newcastle United fans know, that won't be the same performance on Sunday afternoon against Manchester United, because we always step it up for these games against Man United. It's at St James's Park. The atmosphere is always red hot inside the ground against Manchester United. And whatever you say, whatever people say, there is a rivalry there. We haven't tried to create one. There is one. We don't like Manchester United, and they don't like us. And the fact is, that will be a completely different game to what we've seen at the King Power tonight. It's all about the 3 points. Yes, there was a lot of players just not on form tonight, just couldn't get going, whether they're carrying knocks or what, I don't know. But we just seemed very, very leggy and scruffy, I think is the word. The passing was scruffy. When we did pass to a man, the control of the ball was pretty terrible. But you know what? We got the 3 goals in the first half. That was enough to seal the game. Leicester are a dreadful football side. They are dreadful. So maybe the instructions were let's just see out the second half. We've done that a few times this season where we've really, we've scored a few goals in the first half. Second half has been, let's be very professional. Let's see the game out and not make any mistakes. But, we did make lots of mistakes in that second half. We gave the ball away cheaply, but Leicester just don't have the quality to do anything. They didn't have the quality to beat our back line at all. I thought Tino Livramento stood out by a mile tonight. Jacob Murphy got man of the match on Sky. I don't know how, because apart from the 2 goals, I thought Jacob struggled tonight, but he wasn't the only one. Like I say, we coasted through the game in a way. Livramento for me stood out. Nick Pope I thought was brilliant tonight. Made some good saves, some good punches from crosses. So it's good to see him showing a bit of form because we're going to need him for the run-in. We're going to need him on very, very good form. But just when you sort of look at the game and you're like, oh my God, but it has to be, guys, it has to be the bigger picture that we look at here. We can't just get bogged down and say, oh, we were terrible. We won the game 3-0, clean sheet, another 3 points. And when you look at that Premier League table, for me, that is all that counts. And that is all that has to count at this time in the season. We are now in an absolutely wonderful position to finish in a Champions League spot. And that's what it's all about by the end of the season, guys. It is finishing the season as a trophy winner and a Champions League place next season. That's what it's all about. And we are in a fabulous position to do that. Yes, there's some difficult games ahead. When you look at certainly the last 3 games, when you've got to go to Arsenal, you still play Chelsea. They're big games. But hopefully by the end of April, we've given ourselves a position where the pressure's a little bit off. And hopefully teams around us may just drop off a little bit. But what we need to make sure is we take care of ourselves and not look around asking for favours from anybody. We're now in a position where if we just take care of ourselves, we will be back in the Champions League next season. And that is a phenomenal job, whichever way you look at it. Ending a trophy drought of 70 years domestically and then qualifying for the Champions League in the same season, that is incredible. And the calibre of players that you can sort of look at when you're in the Champions League to even the Europa League is a completely different kettle of fish. That's where all the big names want to play. They want to be in the Champions League. And that is the opportunity that we now have. So although tonight, just write off the performance because the performance was garbage. Let's be honest. It really was. But I'm not looking at that. I'm more looking at the big picture. It's 3 points again on our journey to the Champions League. And I know for a fact that we will step it up. We will step it up against Manchester United. I'm not worried about that. I think we go against Manchester United and hopefully win the game. I'm not saying it's a definite win because Manchester United, they've picked up a little bit of late, but they're still nowhere near the side that we are. So we can go to St James's Park, create that red-hot atmosphere and get another 3 points and continue this journey to the Champions League, which we're on. That's what it's all about for me. But let's just write the performance off tonight. It's 3 points and job done. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you thinking along those lines as well? Or are you worried about the performance tonight, that might have a knock-on effect in the next few games? Are you a little bit worried about the way we performed? Brentford wasn't fabulous either, but we're doing enough right now. And is that going to take us to the Champions League? Is doing enough going to be good enough? That is the question. Let me know in the comments below. But thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you're new, please do subscribe. Thank you so much to everybody that's subscribed today and got us up to 37,000 subscribers. That is incredible. Thank you so much, guys. We really do appreciate it from everybody at the Toon Review, from subscriber 1 all the way through. We love you all. Thank you so much. And like I said, leave us a comment. Let me know what you think about tonight. But thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Take care.